realestateexpert.com.
Your hometown station real estate and financial guides are back on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, to share with you what you need to know in order to navigate the sometimes confusing markets and guide you toward financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Well, I'm in a quandary right now because I'm excited to have Neal Weichel here, but then again, I'm bummed because this is the last segment with him, and I always enjoy having Neal on the show because he gives so much perspective and great information because he really studies the market like Gino and I do, and we respect that because you can offer a lot more advice and opinions and direction, and that's what our goal is every single week, and Neal shares that. So without further ado, let's talk about a really fun topic, and it's been popping up here and there because this rapid appreciation, and everybody thinks this might be short-lived and maybe we'll have a second bubble. What do you feel about that?
Right. Well, I actually suggested we talk about this because to me, real estate is so fascinating. And if you think back 20-some-odd years when we all started, the amount of knowledge that was out there for the public to consume was very small. And today it's everywhere. And everybody's a closet real estate expert to some extent. So if you think back about 7 or 8 years ago, we had, by anybody's definition, a real estate bubble. And that bubble was fueled by speculation, okay? Mm-hmm. There were people that were buying homes for the sole purpose of flipping them, okay? Nothing else, all right? And we saw it especially out here in the new home construction tracts. And that's why some of those tracts were so hard hit when the market turned, because every investor put their home on the market right away. They got out as quick as they could, and it was literally the beginning of a big, big adjustment in price. In some cases, as much as 50%, okay? Now that's huge. So let's talk about today. I think because this market has changed so quickly, people, and it's the media, have started to say, whoa, 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 multiple offers and prices rising so quickly, this might be another bubble, be careful. And what's behind it is fear, because fear drives people to pay attention, to read, to buy the magazine, to look. And here's my opinion, okay?
The media would not do that.
No, I know that's hard to believe. but here's my opinion about why this isn't anything like that. First of all, if you look, yes, we have multiple offers, and yes, we have fairly rapid appreciation. But the inventory today is a fraction of what it was 8, 9 years ago, the last time we had a bubble. And more importantly than that, the people that are buying these homes, for the most part, want to live in them. Okay, they don't want me to flip it for them. Now, are there some investor flippers out there? Of course. And thank goodness for them, because if we didn't have them, we'd have even less inventory than we have today, and it's still not enough. So here's the reasons why. A, you've got people that cannot get loans easily. Okay, now 8 years ago, you guys know how easy it was to get a loan. Okay, stated income and all the rest of it.
Oh, what's your name? You're approved.
Yeah, today the people buying these homes are either cash, okay, if it's an investor, or they're getting financed with very good credit and in many cases significant down payments and all the rest of it. So the dynamics of what we're dealing with today are so completely different than they were 8 or 9 years ago. Now, is it possible we're going to have some pullback in the market? Of course we'll have some pullback, but I don't think you're going to see the prices go from $500,000 to $400,000 in a year the way they did 8 or 9 years ago. $600,000 to $400,000 in 18 months the way they did 8 or 9 years ago. So all this talk to anybody who's listening that's considering selling or buying, honestly, it's just not based on the facts. There's nothing out there that suggests that we're in for some major, a bubble suggests market correction of a significant nature, right? Not just a little, stopping of appreciation, but maybe a drop of 15, 20%, something significant or more. There's just nothing to support that. In fact, if something like that were to happen, a whole lot of homes would come on the market, man, they'd get absorbed like that. So unless we have a lot of foreclosures, and I've said this a year ago, they ain't coming, okay? Right. Unless we start to see more short sales, and frankly, we're not seeing that either. Between government intervention and the appreciation we've had, a lot of people that were upside down a year ago, they're not upside down. They want to sell their house. It's a regular sale.
Some people have better jobs now and things like that that are keeping them in the marketplace.
If we see 20, 25% appreciation in the next year, then let's come back a year from now and have the conversation and analyze a quote-unquote bubble. For right now, we're a long ways from that.
I would have to agree with you wholeheartedly and for every aspect, in the fact that, like you said, we don't have enough inventory to create that bubble. And you're already seeing a little bit, I don't panic anyone, but you can verify this, you've already seen a little bit of a pullback from buyers, meaning that house was just 300, and now it was 345, and now somebody wants to sell for 375. They're taking a step back. No, wait, let me review this for a little bit, and not jumping right in.
Yeah, the beauty of buyers is they're very intelligent. I mean, as a group, they are very clear on what's happening today. You know, another reason why we're not in a bubble, and we talked about this, is buyers today, if they qualify for 500, they want to buy for 4.25. If they qualify for 4.25, they want to buy 360. They're extremely careful. Okay, you know, let's face it, we've just come out of 7 years of shell shock time, right? So all of these factors, whether it's psychological, the statistics, the interest rates, the lack of inventory, who's buying these homes, why they're buying these homes, all of this support a very, very strong opportunity and a very strong real estate market. You know, we need inventory, and I think you're going to continue to see, you know, prices be nicely supported by some of these standard sales we talked about before that have replaced the short sales.
A real market, God forbid. We haven't seen one in, what, 15 years? A real natural market fueled not by speculation, but by qualified buyers who want to buy their own homes. I love it.
And
it's totally different.
Yeah, and they want to live in their own home. I mean, that's the nice conversation we have now, is they do have to qualify for the home. I mean, they can afford the home, and the conversations are different with a lot of you out there now. Now it's about what you can afford, not what you want. It's about what you can afford, and you do want to get in the market for the right reasons. To have a home for your family, to be able to put that swing set in the backyard for Johnny, to go ahead and fix up the kitchen the way you want, and set up the garage the way you want, guys. Those things are valuable again now. There's nothing like home ownership, and that's why we love our job.
Absolutely.
Well, great information. It's good to know that we're not going to have a bubble. Thank you for that. I didn't foresee it coming at all. We do have a lack of inventory. And I know you want to share the message that the market is great. It's a great opportunity. And I know you reached out to over 200, 300 agents just recently going, let's spread the word. Let's get out there and let people know that the market's good. 70% of America thinks it isn't, but we see it. I mean, we were, believe it or not, we were 6 months ahead of Buffett. You know, but when he talks, people listen. And when he said it's the best investment there is, they jumped in. When Don and Gino said it 6 months before him,
They say you're crazy.
they did. They did. They said we were crazy, but we see it. We watch the numbers like you do, Neal. And when we saw the needle, the pendulum swinging, it was pretty obvious, and we're tight in Santa Cruz. We live, breathe, work, and play in Santa Cruz as you do, and it's nice to see the market coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, it's changed quickly, and it's changed for the better, and now I think everybody can take a nice sigh of relief, and if this is the right time for you to refinance your home, you probably can. If this is the right time to get a smaller home, and you don't need the big home anymore, which a lot of my clients are starting to tell me, it must be that I'm getting older, you know, it's the right time, and you can lock in some very, very attractive interest rates that, you know, let's face it, we don't know how long they're going to be here. So, you know, hopefully they're here for a long time. I hope that, but, you know, history tells us otherwise. So.
Well, here's a fun thing. You'll like this, Neal, because you're all about the numbers, and facts are facts, bottom line. And that's why we love having this show, because we give you facts. But we were showing the cost of waiting, meaning if that home basically just regarding the same $350,000 home with the 425, not a dramatic increase. We're already talking about double-digit increases, but their payment just in that amount of time, and their interest rate, if it went from 3.5% to just 6%, realistically 6% was a great rate, still is a good rate. Everybody, you know, is euphoric about threes, but their payment would go up over $1,100 a month.
Yeah, you really have to understand the numbers, and that's why a good real estate professional, you know, who has your best interest at heart is always the first place to start, because they'll tell you what you need to know.
Okay, so parting words, Neal, is it's time to get out there and take advantage of the best opportunity for first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, and you even mentioned move-down buyers.
Yeah, move-down buyers. A lot of people don't need the 3,000 square foot home. Maybe they don't want to stay in Santa Clarita anymore. Maybe they want to change a venue. Maybe they want to go to the beach. Maybe they want the single story. Whatever it is, you know, there's just so much opportunity out there. And I think you talk about the message. You know, the message really is that there was a lot of pent-up demand. For 7 years, a lot of people said this is not the right time to buy or sell real estate, and perhaps they were right. But now sure really is. You know, and so find out what's possible. Maybe it's now, maybe it's a year from now, but learn what your options are and take advantage, because it's really you know, it's a window that, as you said before, you know, in the first hour, I don't know how long it's going to be out there.
And there's a good point. So reach out. You can reach and get a hold of Neal and find out more about Neal at nealweichel.com. That's NealWeichel. C-H-E-L, kind of like Michael, but Weichel, .com. Great information on his website. Writes great blogs. He keeps in the know, and he's helping us rebuild the real estate market. Thank you for joining us today, Neal.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, Gino.
All right, and thank you for joining us every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your hometown station, AM 1220. KHTS will be with you next week. Thanks for joining us.